Hey again. This is Andy from potatoesandpearls.com. And over the past holiday weekend, I spent a little bit of time in New York. And while I was in New York, I stayed at Moxie, which is a Marriott branded hotel. It is the one I stayed in was in the East Village. According to the website, it's a new hotel, and so I put together a little room tour of the double room. So let's get into it right after this. First things first is the TV. I love the size. This is probably one of the biggest TVs I've seen in a hotel room outside of the Venetian in Las Vegas. They have a lot of pegs on the wall, which were to function as clothing racks or bag racks. That's my coat hanging up on one of the pegs. This is a view out of our window. It is, it's not like a gorgeous view. You could actually see onto the balconies of the apartments across the way, but it was still like a really good view. We're in New York City. You're going to be looking at buildings a lot anyway. So the double room comes with two double beds, which I a lot of times travel with my mom, so that's what we need is two separate beds. They're really comfortable. The sheets clean. I really like that tray. I actually used it to do my makeup, so it was nice to have that extra working space. So there is no dresser in the room like you see in most hotel rooms, but it had drawers underneath the beds. We didn't use it because we were there for a very brief time, but that would be really convenient to like store maybe some bags or different things you wanted to put away. This is the middle table. It has a bench by it because part of the table pulls out into a desk, which I did use and it came in handy. And this is the coolest telephone I have ever seen in a hotel room in my life. They had very minimalist art on the wall because once we pan over to the shower and stuff, I see why they had minimalist art, because if it was too much art in the room, it would take away from the graffiti walls that they have. So back to the pegs, they have like the hotel booklet that tells you like where everything is hanging up on the wall on a clipboard, which also can be used as a writing surface, which is pretty cool. And they have a foldable chair, which you could also use at that pull-out desk. I used it to put one of my suitcase bags on top of. That's just a little hanging thing that they have about how they're trying to keep the hotel green. And you can see the full length mirror, which was really helpful. And where they had the mirror positioned, it still kind of gave you some privacy from the rest of the room. So I thought that was really nice. Even though it's like open flow, it still like gave you privacy. I thought the do not disturb doorknob cover was super cool. So we're panning over to the bathroom. The bathroom technically does not have a door to it. It is very open. The sink is out in the open, and behind door number one is the toilet. It is just a toilet. I don't know there's nothing really more to say. That was literally what's behind the door is just the one toilet, where you have privacy, but also it's not in a totally enclosed room at the top, so people could still hear you depending on what you're doing in the bathroom. And behind door number two is a rainfall, I guess that's what you call it, type shower. I like the shower. I like the big space that it had. The drain for the shower is actually in the front of the shower. It wasn't in the middle, so you're not like stepping all on top of the drain. So I like that. I like that the glass was frosted in such a way where I still had my privacy in the shower, but natural light from the window still came into the shower, and you could also see the really cool graffiti wall. It was a really nice aesthetic to the hotel room. I really liked it. So back out in the middle where the sink was that we saw earlier, they have a couple of bottles of water, which are $5 each, and a few cups. Those cups are plastic, they are not glass. I thought the sink was pretty awesome. I've never seen a sink like that in a hotel. Soap dish, tissues. That water pick belongs to my mom, not to the hotel. They provided a steamer instead of an iron, and a hair dryer, and those were laundry bags that said Moxie on it, and the towels are folded underneath, hand towels and washcloths. So that's the whole bathroom with no true door, but you can go to the bathroom and take a shower behind the door. So I really enjoyed this hotel. I just wanted to throw out a quick room tour. I like to give room tours of the interesting hotels that I stay at. Typically I do food on this channel, but sometimes I throw in some travel. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!